back.
Woo,
Welcome.
right on
How's it
time. I
going?
think I finally got it. How are we doing?
Chris, Vigil, good to see you alive. Alive and well? Is that what did you say? Would you say you're well?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I went through a moment. Sometimes
It's
you go
just
through
black
these moments.
cloud of just terror, and you're
Yeah,
thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm
yeah.
not well. That's
Well,
horrifying.
and then you get to the point. You get that esoteric feeling that I know shit no one knows.
While the black cloud's coming at you, and some people around
I
you, though,
don't
you have
know.
to wonder, do they
You
know
never
something
know.
because they might be extras, right? I
Yeah.
wanted to also address something. Penguin Zero's least favorite Twitch streamers are those who drive and talk in their car. So if you didn't get the reference, I thought that was funny because, also Mind and Veil just made a Penguin Zero video talking about Tartaria. But I feel like he needs more lesson. It's like get a life kind of thing. But just on the point of this derailed train, because that's how we were going to start. We were going to ask, this is something that around the country, around the world, apparently, look at this. Película de Netflix, Desastre en Ohio, Programación Predictiva. So apparently a lot of people are thinking that people in all different parts of the world, all over the Babylonian shattered towers, fall and shadow, are thinking there's something out. But you're in Ohio, right? You're like here where this happened. So I don't feel like I can speculate, and I haven't been trying to for the last few weeks. And then you're just here dealing with it, right?
No, I'm not there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were in Ohio. I thought that's what you were
No,
saying.
I'm right around the corner from you, bro.
Oh, that's right. You're in California. We're
Yeah,
safe.
I'm in Tacoma right now. I'm
Oh,
from
okay.
Arizona normally, and I'll be back there pretty soon.
All right. So you're
Yeah,
okay.
no, that's all right. I have insight in this not because I'm there, but because I've paid attention to the sync very
Oh,
close.
okay.
I read
All
the
right. Let's
book.
do the sync.
I read the script, both of these at least twice. The book.
When
More
did
than
you
twice.
read the book? You read this book before the movie?
Nope.
Yeah. So after this all happened, you
I
decided to
saw the
look into the
movie,
whole
then
thing.
the event happened, and it didn't even click at all. And then I saw YouTube about, oh, this actor was in the thing, and I was like, wait, mainstream media is pointing at sync? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's true. That is a good point. So
And
everyone's saying that this is weird, that this is a synchronicity, even normies. That's true.
well, yeah, people are freaking out. So now here's the interesting thing to me. Um, we have now turned ET into being a normie thing. It's mainstream. We're talking about ET on the table, right? Now, it's still most people who are sticking their feet to the ground are like, well, it's not likely an ET. We're just saying we don't know what it is, so we're not ruling anything out that we don't know because it's weird and we don't know what it is. Um, like that's wide open, and on the table. Meanwhile, sync is still kind of woo and taboo and not even really understood or known or anything, right? Very few people follow this stuff. You have a few pastors who do their own kind of sync, right? They find ways that the Bible is prophesying what's going on. They find demons in films, right?
Yeah, but this is CNN. After a train derailment, Ohio residents are living the plot of a movie they helped make. Right? This is CNN. And they're not just saying that they're living a synchronicity, they're implementing them in the creation of it. They're mentioning that they were extras, that they helped create because remember, they went through all of the emergency crisis that would happen if there was
Everything.
this.
Yeah.
So they designed it. They designed it essentially. They went through the crisis enactment, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I mean, that's the story.
Who's this guy? The Ratner guy?
Yeah, his name is Ben Ratner, and you hear him tell the story himself. We can actually just play one of the videos. I don't know if you want to switch over, if you want to just pull one up real quick.
If you want screen
There
presentation,
he is,
cool.
right there, right?
Oh, down here, East Palestine man worked as a movie extra. Hold on, I don't have a audio that comes through here. You might want to try to share. I'll see if I can get it going though. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I haven't tried with this new app you just had me download yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Cross your fingers.
But let me know.
I bet it'll work. Yeah, just put this. Did you press screen share?
No, I haven't done it yet. You want me to do it?
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right, let's see how it goes. Present, right?
Yeah.
Present.
Yeah, the thing about white noise is interesting to me is it's also the title's been used so many times for so many weird things.
Yeah, yeah, there are a lot of movies with that name actually, and the most well, there's another one on Netflix, and it seems completely irrelevant. It's just a very boring.
Not the
Uh,
Michael Keaton one, like the
no,
other
not
one.
not that one. There's another one on Netflix that's a foreign film. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but there's not really anything to do with this at all.
Did your
Um,
screen share? Is that working?
I got wrapped up talking.
My
No,
bad.
it's great out here too.
Okay, let me try. See if I can get this to work.
Maybe window if I switch, but it didn't change it before. Oh, what? Oh, all right. So it's grayed out. Doesn't want to. Oh, okay, okay. I have to I have to click on my screen and then click share. There was no reason to think that was the case. All right. So that was probably the same problem in. We went through all that for nothing. Oh, I wish I could grab that audio clip out of the movie. There's a. They went through all that for nothing. Oh no, that's the book. So in the book, there's a near miss. An airplane dives. I think it's about 60,000 feet, and there's a little girl on it that our main character is picking up, and so this plane nearly crashes. The people are all getting off. They're all disheveled. Some of them were wounded, and he's watching people, and he asks somebody what happened. The guy tells him all about it. Beautiful story. It's really well, like within the story, there's a story, and everybody comes and they listen, and then well, I don't remember why I brought that up now. There was something to that. Anyhow, go ahead with the video, the audio. Or are you still trying to figure that out? You're muted. Ding.
I'm not having a very easy time getting the audio to work. Here, try going to. Hold on a second. Try going to your other window, the screen share thing, and reshare your window, stop share, and then reshare the other window that you have. That is the one with because you're sharing the StreamYard window instead of the.
No, I think I'm just sharing. Now, do you see my
Yeah,
desktop?
cool. All right, now play the video.
Okay. Well, I've got to get there. So, all right. So yeah, that's the story. The story goes Ben Ratner and his father, not his family. You get the impression his family went from some of these stories, and then the picture being in there. But it wasn't. Apparently, from the best I could tell, it was just him and his dad was in a couple places, or he was just in a different place. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on without having interviewed him myself. He hasn't. He won't answer the door. He's probably a busy guy right now. So they his father is walking across a crosswalk, an overpass in the first scene. But let me say something before I get while I'm getting to this. Let me tell you what happened. Nobody has told anybody what happened here. Not in the way it needs to be told. And what I mean is on 2-3 number 32 North train derailed because of a bearing on car number 23.
Interesting. And 23 comes up so much. I mean, obviously, they've even made a mainstream sync movie, the 23 one with Jim
23,
Carrey,
which is about reading the white noise of 23. Yeah.
I've actually never seen it because I've always just figured if they make a movie for the mainstream, it's like probably a bunch of nonsense. And there's already a great German movie, 23. But I think now just do it just in order to know if there's anything in it. I've heard people say it's not worth watching. And then he finds out that the reason he's obsessed is this book that he actually wrote himself. Sorry for the broken spoilers from a movie I haven't seen. But
yeah, no, it's been a long time since I saw that one. I wouldn't remember. And I won't remember what you just said. I'm pretty sure. I always forget that kind of stuff if it's not too Okay, so I'm trying to get
He's
to
supposed to be
YouTube.
a conspiracy theorist, numerologist, insane person who looks for synchronicities. And yet the point is 23, but 23 is such an important number. 23 Enigma, I think Wiki probably has a thing about it, right? Yeah, 23 Enigma. Because the belief in the significance of number 23, the concept was popularized by Burroughs and Robert Anton Wilson. In Wilson in the 14 Times wrote in this anecdote, I first heard of the 23 Enigma from William S. Burroughs, author of Naked Lunch, Nova Express, etc. According to Burroughs, he had known a certain Captain Clark around 1960 in Tangier, who once bragged that he had been sailing 23 years without an accident. That very day, Clark's ship had an accident that killed him and everybody else aboard. Furthermore, while Burroughs was thinking about this crude example of irony of the gods that evening, a bulletin on the radio announced that a crash of an airliner in Florida, USA. The pilot was another Captain Clark, and the flight was Flight 23. So this began the search for 23 for Robert Anton Wilson, where he calls it there in the 2317 phenomena, right? And the cosmic trigger, there's the law of fives or the 23 Enigma. That's,
Okay. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm having a lot of trouble getting to this. I'm finally opening this file so that I can do this in the order I had kind of planned.
yeah, for sure.
Had to transfer to another computer. All right, we're opening up. Come on. All right, so white noise 823.
Hold on, is your window is still? It's on your Facebook share right now. It's not sharing your presentation.
It's what?
Do you want to share your Facebook window? Is that what you're trying to share?
Oh, you see the word popping up now?
No, all I see. Oh, is this it? Yeah, I see the Word document popping up now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's slow. It's coming.
It's loading.
Sorry,
okay.
I had it all set up, but that's why.
Different computer. Yeah.
For those who are coming in live, yeah, we've been working at this for a minute. I had everything set up wrong and didn't know it. Okay.
There is the 23 Enigma in Stargate as well. So just the fact that they push this into the mainstream makes me think the 23 is important. Start noticing 23 in all the TV shows on doors, Studio 23, Doors 23, Car 23. 23 is just all over the place in mainstream synchronicity work where it seems like there's a veiled meaning. 23 will appear pretty regularly. And also, of course, I mentioned the German movie, which is worth watching, 3 and 20, which I don't think is listed here for some reason in the American version, which is absurd. It should be. Instead, they show this other 23 movie. But yeah, okay. German movie 23. Did you get to load?
Yeah, I was trying to get it to be read only, but whatever. It was in the first place and I screwed it up, but who cares? Oh, read mode. Here we go.
There we go.
All right, we can see that?
Yeah.
All right, everything's mixed up in this. Okay, whatever. All right, so 1985, White Noise was made. It was written by Don DeLeo. DeLeo? I don't know how to say that properly. Every time I hear it, I try. 1985, Back to the Future 1 predicts 9/11, right? Okay, so if you haven't seen Back to the Future predicts 9/11 on the Barely Human channel by Apophenia Productions, this is not me. This is Joe Alexander, who's a professional basketball player and won't answer the door either. I want to get a hold of him so bad, but he's busy, so I haven't spoken with him since all of this happened, and it'd be really interesting to get his take because this is totally going there, and you'll see. So in I have something missing there. The date for Back to the Future 2 isn't in there. That was 89, I think, if I remember correctly. So anyway, he also did a video about how the ET nuke correlation is related to the fourth wall issue, and Roger Rabbit was the major connection there. So he did a Back to the Future Roger Rabbit thing. Very interesting. So this is going to be a blog. You guys will see this again. You can click on these and go watch those videos. But for now, we're going to move on. I'm not going to show you somebody else's entire videos on sync. We're going to skip all the way from 1985, where it all begins, and we're going to go down to when Noah Bachman reads White Noise and writes the White Noise screenplay in 2019 through 2021. Now, he started reading it, he said, in 2019, and they recorded it in 2021. And then it was released in 2021, 2022. They made the movie, and then it was released in 2022 on December on the 30th, right? So you have 1, 2, 3 in your date, and we'll get to that down lower. So I don't know when Ratner recorded or when he was, an extra. We have a little bit of information, not a whole lot. I'll go ahead and read this out loud. Sitting in traffic, acting like they're sitting in traffic, where and when are unknown. Son Ben Ratner owns a cafe in Salem, where the overheated ball bearing was caught on security camera. Ratner says he was an extra in White Noise with his father, who also wears a trench coat on an overpass in the scene. His story comes to us through the mainstream media and has been repeated inexhaustibly, since breaking. Every interview has the reporter asking what life imitates art experience is like. He always moves the conversation to the real event and isn't really seemingly interested in the strangeness of it all, although he recognizes it. What's more important to him is the immediate factor. That's kind of obvious. I think anybody would be in that position. Maybe he'll be more interested in this later and we can talk to him. But for now, I've sent him a message and I'm not going to hound him. And he's probably got a lot of messages right now. So one would expect to be overwhelmed and focused in such a way. The trauma is hard enough. Who wants to speculate about the Matrix when their entire lives are being destroyed and the destruction is being lied about by every authority? I think the most important thing Ben has said is it's not entertainment anymore. It never actually was, Ben. And for those of us who do the sync stuff, that's exactly what we recognize. We watch these shows, and well, for me anyway, because it's attached to people dying, it's a serious matter. I take it very seriously. I'm digging in. I'm trying to find out what's really going on because there seems to be something going on. And at this point, now this train, 2-3, 3-2, 2-3, and then an actor is in the movie and in the situation. We've breached the fourth wall. This train wreck breached the fourth wall, which is exactly what they did in Back to the Future 3. So we'll get there. And you see the picture here from the Back to the Future 3 movie. Let's see. I'm not going to read all this. It's a lot of stuff. This is the well, we could go through the video. I don't know if you want to watch this live. So Mickey Mouse, I skipped that for a second here.
No, I'm sorry if I was muted, but I was like, oh, come on, you have to talk about Mickey and Minnie Mouse Runaway Railway.
Because this is really weird. I don't know how you want to do it. If you don't
we gotta show some pictures of the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, well, it's an advertisement, this video, so you might be okay with playing it.
Yeah. Is the link in the playlist there, or
it's right here? I'm going to play it right now if you tell me I can. But
yeah, go
if
for
not,
it.
I'll mute it and then
roll the dice.
Okay, here we go.
Xirtus is not connected to Walt Disney Corporation in any meaningful sense.
We'll try your Brave here.
Cool.
I told it always. That wasn't smart.
VLC. We'll get you on VLC and you'll decide if you love it.
What's going on now?
Press pull the file in, or is it there? Or no? I don't know. It should work, right? Yeah.
Why is it telling me it's up to date? I just got it.
Just wanted to make you happy to know.
I just downloaded you.
Mouse steps.
So I'm going to skip a lot of this because it's walking through. They want you to see.
Yeah, turn the volume down on the video to low.
Okay. I'm not sure.
There, right there, yeah. Cool. Just couldn't hear what you were saying. Bring it down to like a quarter.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, I can barely hear you too.
Yeah, just go ahead and say what you're saying.
Okay.
You can block
Is the audio
notifications.
okay? You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So
This is what they're
here
gonna
we
get us
see.
for, though. They're gonna get us. I'll
They,
mute it for a second. Yeah, just keep going. Keep
I don't
talking.
think so because they use this for
Disney
advertising.
music. Disney owns their music. That's the way. It's kind of like at protests and riots when the police
Well,
play
then
pop
then
music so
then
that you
then I'll
can't
mute it.
stream
I'll
it on
mute it.
YouTube. I got it. It's muted.
I'll
Yeah,
mute it.
yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
So so the Mickey Mouse thing, you see all these different parody movie posters.
Mm-hmm.
What they're telling you is you're about to see a parody of another film.
Right. Or of
So
reality,
we're about
because
to see a
movies are a
parody of
parody of
another
reality.
film. And I'm going to go ahead and skip to it. This is weird. You see, it's like a skeleton's arm. It's weird stuff, man. I don't know what they're doing there. But, hey, guys, dig in. There's plenty of... This is white noise to the max. This whole entire show you're about to see is nothing but white noise. All right, let's get to where this begins. See, this is a long line, right? It's all shops and whatnot. Fake shops. Fake shop, right? Why would they have a fake shop? They could be selling you things. All right. Yeah, it's way down there. Okay, here we go. It's right there. All right. So we're in
humans.
the El Capitan Theater. What's that?
I just said humans. The idea of like having a museum of how capitalism and humans were.
Mhm.
Is somehow Disney loves that.
Precisely. All right. So, well, not reading the thing, but that's all right. So you see, we have them running in parallel.
Right. I remember when they made this. There's about 10 major animators that they got from different Disney movies, including Tarzan, to do different segments of the animation.
You see, the pie was like a UFO, and it
Mhm.
got stuffed in the thing, and then he blew up a barn. We have our first train wreck here.
Oh, it's the barn explosion in time.
Now wait.
Wow, yeah.
Now wait.
The Back to
Look
the
at that.
Future.
Do you see what you're looking at?
He's being hanged from a
Right. You see that
board.
hole in the side of the barn, the big one?
Right.
That's a real hole they blew open in the screen. The train just blew open the fourth wall. You're going to walk through it. No, I forgot I should play that while I'm saying it because it's still not
Because
very
you could have been goofy. You could have lip synced to it. Yeah, lost opportunity. I do like the software though, Toon Boom, which is like Nelvana, and wow. Oh, and yeah, so it's physically a projected, interactive, augmented reality.
Walk
It
through
literally,
the screen. Dude, that's right out of Back to the Future Predicts 9/11, right?
yeah.
Crazy.
So you create this portal to another reality, which is a more real reality than the reality you're in, because you're sitting in this Disney Toon theater.
And guess what's next door to this ride? It's Roger Rabbit.
Okay. So yeah, the White Rat. Follow
That's
the
the
White
whole point
Rabbit.
of Town. It's fourth wall stuff.
This is crazy.
And we're getting.
I love Disney. I love
there.
what they do. All this crazy symbolism. They're just so over the top.
All right, so it doesn't really look like train cars, right? I mean, kind of.
Yeah, it
does,
almost looks like coffin.
Really...
It looks like a coffin to me.
Yeah,
a coffin, or maybe a tuna can or something, sardine can. I like it though. I mean, it's wide. I like the waterboat ride concept.
I'm gonna speed her up, and then slow her down where we need to. Actually, I better see Minnie and they're up in the left there. It's hard to see anything. Like, it's crazy. You don't actually catch most of the show. They want you to go through this thing 1,000 times. I've seen people say they went through it 8 times and they still haven't seen it all because there's just so much.
You click the hide button on your screen share thing. See, it says stop sharing. Click hide. Legit. Wow, and so occasionally they pop out.
Their heads, there's several things to note here. Their heads are like balloons, okay? They're filled with air, right? Important to note. And then that thing he just hit is kind of the shape of the radio deflectors on balloons, the ones that they use to like make you think there's something there to worry about. And that's what's been going on, I think, mostly with these balloons, is they're generally hexagonal shaped. Watch it, it's going to fall. It's right here, this thing in front of him.
I like also that they're using the Haunted Mansion, like the heads projected on technology for this, bringing Mickey Mouse to the real world.
Right. Yeah, and the projectors are inside those heads.
Oh, okay. So it's rear projection. That's awesome. Laser Pico projectors. That's brilliant. Yeah, good job,
it's
Disney.
laser map projecting, I think is what it's called. And they do it like that's all you're seeing is laser map projecting and neon blacklit paint. So okay, so he's going to knock that thing over, and that causes derailment. Right, it's a derailer switch, and in this, the timing didn't work out. He's supposed to pull up and hit that thing, and then it's supposed to fall over, and it doesn't fall over before they go past. So I forgot this one doesn't actually have that part, because it's out of state. Now here we see them riding on horses, chasing us, and they refer to us like cattle. Don't catch them up at the pass. And they get tied up by their
Vaxis, right?
And then they enter the fair, and we see Donald Duck is making hot dogs, and they're eating hot dogs on balloons. You couldn't see it, you missed it, I guarantee it. But down in the bottom right corner, there's a balloon shop they just came from, and they bought out all the balloons. It says there are no more balloons left. Now they're going to get sucked up into a tornado, a twister for the Wizard of Oz, of course, hat tip. Easter egg, whatever you want to call it. That's no Easter egg.
And I saw Sebastian the Crab, so this is Cancer Zodiac.
Yeah, okay. So then, you're gonna pick up on so many freaking things in this. There is so much. So Pluto is the mystery here. Pluto is running around doing basically his own story most of the time, and he's really hard to catch. People don't know what's going on with Pluto. I still haven't figured out the story. With Mickey and Minnie, they're basically just trying to save the train all the time.
Pluto's important because he's no longer a planet, right? Pluto is, like Pluto hangs out with Goofy. They're both dogs, but one is a master. One is a god and one is a slave.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, they're equals, but one is a slave to the other. Oh, so Goofy shoots out of the submarine, or Pluto shoots out of the submarine there. And we only get so much of a view. The 360 videos of this are probably the best ones, but those are, and they're all over YouTube. They let people record this, so I don't know what they care about, what they don't. It's really kind of weird. So you see again a balloon with a projection inside Pete's mouth there. We got Donald Duck with his, I think it's an ice cream truck. I haven't quite caught it yet. I don't remember. I might have. Okay, so this is important. This is really important. It's one of the dumbest, lamest, most boring parts of this whole ride. And it's weird because she's like telling you you're dancing and you're sitting, right? She's like, oh, you're all doing so wonderful. And you're just slowly moving in the car while sitting and taking pictures of her. And she says, you're dancing wonderfully. Now we are in a ball.
Do you see yourself dancing in the mirror?
Yeah. Well, you see yourself sitting there.
Oh, they don't project like you dancing or something. Okay, weird.
So, there's a serious self-reflection going on here. And I don't know why that would be in this case, but I do know what they're referencing as far as events go. And we'll get there. But for now, let's continue. Just remember that we danced in a ball in the Disney Runaway Rail ride.
Right. Yeah, in the old days, like 200 years ago, people would go to these beer gardens and they'd have these water boat rides that they'd like bring them through these beautiful passageways. I mean, people got married after they went on a swan boat. I mean, this is the last bastion of that. And it's a bit of cult, but it's come on, Disney, we love you. Don't block our video.
All right, so now we go into a factory that looks like it's burning. She's screaming, don't go in there. It's dangerous. Don't go in there. All right. So,
wow. Which building, I wonder?
See how much is going on here? Try keeping track.
Is this disco time? Oh, and industry. Wow. We've got to Metropolis period. Everything's going Metropolis right now. Look at this. Wow. And then it's the end of Metropolis. Wow.
And the whole room just morphs. Did you see that?
The end of industry and the beginning of the reset and Emerson and What's it called? The Age of Enlightenment.
Say that again. What'd you say?
So after the Age of Industry into the Age of Enlightenment, Thoreau, Emerson, Irving, so there's this period, and then there's I don't want to call it the reset necessarily, but in the in the 18th century, 19th century, the beginning of the environmental enlightenment movement, which
Right.
Disney was a fan of.
Yeah, well, they may have been in control of it. I don't know.
I mean, Thoreau, I don't really love, and I would entertain the idea that he was controlled by many people, because the story is like he didn't pay taxes because his aunt paid them for him, and then he lived happily ever after until he died of tetanus from getting a shaving accident. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if the point of him not paying taxes and he wasn't being controlled is that he was controlled by somebody else. Who knows?
Okay, I need to unmute it. We need to hear this. This part's
Okay.
important.
Yeah, go for it.
Oops, that's the wrong button. Okay, so the stars will be our guide and nothing will stop us now. Now, Mickey repeats that line over and over again just before something goes wrong. It's great. But, you know, I think it's important to keep an eye out for those stars, okay? I think that's a message, and you'll see why.
Absolutely.
All right, so this bird is new to Disney for this ride. They just created this character for this ride. It's Chuhi or something like that. I don't remember.
It looks like either the chairman of China or Tweety Bird, but with less copyright infringement.
Yeah. Now his eggs are, they're reminiscent of certain round, hollow objects, balloons per se. Anyhow,
Right.
okay, we can. We're done with this one.
No, that's interesting.
Ooh.
I mean, so
All
can
right.
you say that line again? What's the line that Mickey Mouse repeats?
Yeah. Well, nothing will stop us now.
Right.
Well, nothing can stop us. Nothing can go wrong. He keeps repeating that over and over through the ride. Goofy says something similar one time. But what's I mean, you got to keep in mind we've got primarily three characters. Goofy's there, but he's just kind of the conductor in the background. We primarily have three characters. We've got Pluto, and we've got Minnie, and we've got Mickey, right? Well, Goofy, I don't know. I mean, he's like
Goofy is Seth. Goofy is Seth. He's the chaos god. There's Ma and Seth. Ma is balance.
Is that what
Seth.
it is? I haven't looked into anybody's breakdown of the characters there, so it'd be interesting to find out where that goes. Now we do know where Pluto goes, right? And that's why we're gonna watch a little bit of Back to the Future now. And I don't know how you want to do that. Of course, same issue. Let's see. I need to go.
Or Isfet, I guess, is also a more
What's
objective. I'm just saying with Goofy and Isfet. Just really quickly. So when you think of Goofy, like, what is his deal? He's hyper chaos. He's a model. Like, every character is a model for behavior. But if you think about Isfet in the Egypt mythology, Isfet in the Egyptian mythology is so you've got balance and you've got imbalance. You got order and you have chaos. And so Isfet is often associated with Seth. Seth is basically Goofy, right? This is what Disney did as a Rosicrucian, was update these characters to create, modernized versions of them. So you've got basically Goofy, and Goofy is like the archetype for the mischief of chaos.
Okay, I'm discovering that I made another mistake.
Oh yeah, what you got?
I didn't actually put the right link in there. Do I have it here somewhere? Shit, I thought I did. Now we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Oh, here we go. So Laurel Canyon comes up here. This is where this scene is going to take place. It's by Laurel Canyon. Not this scene. That's another scene in part 2. Just happens to be there's some interesting stuff in part 2 that relates a little bit, but I was trying to do something else first. Damn it. All right, so I'm going to have to go to YouTube and find it. Damn. All right, YouTube, here we come. So this is a scene in Back to the Future where they're trying to push the car with the train to go 88 miles an hour and make the car.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he's great. Come on,
Yeah, that
somebody
guy.
help me
Okay,
out.
so you see the 131 there. You know, you got to pay attention to these numbers. They're not doing that on accident.
Right.
So, oh, wait. We got to, this is important. This is really important.
What's his name again? Somebody tell me before I go crazy. Christopher Lloyd. No. Crispin Glover. So I just want to say my conspiracy theory was that they actually shot it because Crispin Glover is the version of Marty McFly that is the son of Biff, because originally there's a relationship established when Marty McFly's mother is raped at the high school dance by Biff. And over the years, the son who is in prison, as well as himself, are actually love children from Biff. And then that's all stopped because of the efforts of Doc, who makes sure that he becomes, through himself, such a great man that he's able to destroy the relationship with Biff. And I think that's
I never do
something
this as fan fiction. It's just not. It's a different
there's
approach.
just, well, the thing is, it's not really fan fiction because there's so many dang pieces of the movie that were filmed that they don't show you.
Yeah,
including all of Chris. They shot the whole movie with Crispin Glover, and then they reshot it. So there's something to that. But continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, there was a big, huge controversy. Yeah, I recall. And there's probably a lot to find out.
They have that film still, and they keep saying they'll release it eventually.
Yeah, and I keep wondering if this isn't really about something else, you know? If their argument really isn't what the argument sounds like it's about. Maybe that's just a front. Because everything, like, the further I go, man. Okay, here we go again. Let's do this one. So I'm going to unmute this just for one.
There's no way they're going to let us do Back to the Future. And probably that's whole scene's going to get deleted. But at least you guys got to see it before it goes to mainstream.
All right.
I'm going to just blink it a couple times, and hopefully they'll just let us get away with showing a couple moments like that.
So they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. Now, this is where it's...
I'm just going to do my best to keep this video up because I want people to be able to see it. But hey, it should pop up again, right? Or is it frozen? My bad. There's got to be a way. We should probably take the video, turn it backwards, make it animation, have AI do an animation about it. That would probably work.
I was about to mention it, and we got sidetracked on something.
Oh, it got backwards, or it cut the scene if you were trying to show a specific scene. But yeah.
I'm trying to find one right now. Well, okay, the point is when he pulls out the it's like gunpowder or whatever chemicals that he, like rocket fuel or something for the train. And I can't find it. It's right in the beginning. Well, it's after they park the car. Anyhow, it looks like Mickey Mouse. He's got these 3 rolls. He points at the camera.
Whole Back to the Future yet, unfortunately. We could probably cut it in such a dramatic way they let us do it. We have to also ask for permission.
2 videos. All right, we're going to the next one. Next tab.
Well, if you see,
you haven't. No, we need.
The point is, if you see in Back to the Future, there are some pretty interesting things. For instance, yeah, this is gonna kill them in the way it's designed. But the 131 on the train also, right? There's a couple of things that you can point out. And 111, or is it 181? I forget. 131. Also 131. 131 also. But in the Back to the Future movie, they have the same number as the Mickey Mouse train, which is interesting because they also recently destroyed the Back to the Future ride in America, I thought, but it turned out they just sold it to Japan. It's like, oh, where did it go? And yeah, now you can go to Japan if you want to get on the Back to the Future ride. But somebody recently digitized the whole Back to the Future ride 4K. I think if you look it up, you can find the full video, which is, I think, really... It's sad no one's seen this if you haven't been to Universal Studios before, or Japan recently. But they filmed this amazing film with Christopher Lloyd where you're getting in a DeLorean and you have to fight this dude, I think it's a Biff, I forget. It's been so long since I was on the ride. But you travel through time and you have to like deal with dinosaurs or something in a volcano. There's definitely a volcano part, which is there it is, right? You're going to the volcano. And you're in the DeLorean flying through in this hyper augmented reality. It's amazing.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to listen to you. I am terrible about the whole white noise thing and listening to people.
Oh, you hear? Is there white noise coming from my?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
hearing. I'm hearing. It's me.
white.
Am I still
Yeah,
playing something?
you've got white noise coming out of your
Oh my
thing.
god!
Yeah,
Come on, seriously. I paused it.
yeah. I
It's
don't know where
driving
it's
me
coming from,
nuts.
buddy.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
god! Where is it?
I'm not sure.
Oh my god! Come on! What are we doing?
Here, well, while you look for it, I'll mute you if you want, and you can unmute when you find it. But yeah, so the Mickey Mouse runway thing, Mickey Mouse Railway. This whole thing has this vibe of the Tower of Babel. Like they're saying also constantly, I think it's at least 3 times over and over again. Nothing will stop us now. We can't be destroyed. But the whole point is they're crashing into things and things are being destroyed. So isn't that kind of ironic? But also isn't it the plan that eventually people will allow for nature to sprout? But then there's some sort of contained quality to nature because you end up in a grove. You don't end up just in this industrial waste. You don't end up in this wild rainforest. You end up in this Masonic grove, and it's a park and it's Disneyland and it's tamed. And I think that's kind of their goal of the reset. And they're explaining it right there at Disneyland, but also that out of chaos, this is where we end up. We end up in this order that is controlled, right, to some extent, but it's order out of chaos. And it also is kind of democratic because so many people decide what the new values are, which is not always a good thing. I think also is the problem because who's to say that people should have any say on what's right for you or for anybody? And how is that? How are you sure that that's the correct thing? Whether or not you believe in God and like God's right or something, um, how do you know that their God's correct or that they're right about God and not just crazy or lying about what they think God wants you to do, right? So that seems to come up a lot. I'm gonna check on your audio. Is it better? It sounds a little better.
I don't know.
I
I
could
didn't
live
know I
with
had
it.
a problem.
I could live with that.
Okay.
The
All
white
right,
noise doesn't seem too bad.
this is. We don't need audio for this. We'll leave the audio off. I'm trying to just get a little bit of it. I mean, I guess I should have. I just didn't have enough time to do everything. It takes forever to do this stuff. I'm so slow. I really wish I had people helping because I know other people know how to do this better. All I know how to do is, connect dots. Everything else. All right, let's try right here. That should do it. But we're about to get there. This is about to go crazy, right? If you're familiar with what just happened, then probably some bells already went off here. But I'm going to take us back to, let's go. It's probably, I don't know which is better, to go to my document or to go to the thingamading. All right. Where is the white noise playlist? I don't understand what I'm looking at.
Here, I can send you the white noise playlist you have. It's in private. It's in private chat right here also.
Why am I not looking? There. Okay, it's way down here. All right.
Yeah, YouTube moved everything around. That's right.
You try to be smooth. All right, so here we go. This is our train. This is the real train, right? This train left a trail.
And so why did the bearing?
You see that?
Wow.
You get it?
Did the fire trail. Oh,
You get
that's
it?
good. That's pretty good.
It hit the fourth wall, left a fire trail. An actor who was in the movie was in the scenario. I mean, I could go on and on, right? This is already crazy. And all of that matches up. Right. So that's enough of that. We don't need to stare at this tragedy for too long. I mean, that's what it's all about, but jeez. All right. So, yeah, that made a major connection and now we're on, right? It's like, okay, it's on. Now I've described everything that happens in the Mickey episode, and I'm going to do another one that describes in words. Because it's interesting when you actually write things down and you look at the comparison. You see the distances between things. And I don't know, the
The
relationship,
fiery tracks is pretty beautiful because
isn't it? I can't wait for the video, man. I hope somebody's going to help me out because I'll probably make it look bad. But can you imagine how this is going to look in a video? It's like people are gonna get the freaking chills. It's like, holy crap. I got them already just doing the research. That's when I get them. I don't get them when I watch the shows, unfortunately, but that'll be fun for people. That's going to be a really interesting moment. All right, so White Noise, the movie. What the hell, right? What the hell? What is going on with White Noise? How about we watch a few White Noise clips? These are going to be shorter clips. They're not as long, mostly. I did the best I can to make it as short as I can, but we need, you have to know, and this is like the copyright kind of fights the ability to know what's going on. Like, in order to share information, I have to show you the video. And they're like, oh, no, you can't do that. You got to go into the theater. Like, well, how am I supposed to talk to my friends about this? All right, so I'm getting into the White Noise thing here. Blah, blah, blah. What's going on? All right. Epcot Center. Yeah, we'll do that later. We are transcending after all. Okay, let's watch one of these YouTube videos on this. Here we go.
Living in eastern Ohio evacuated their homes last week following a train derailment and chemical spill that sent toxic chemicals into the air. The crazy thing is, they did the same thing for a fictional disaster film a year ago.
Something that could actually kill someone.
Let's watch a sitcom or something.
Evacuate all places of residence.
All right, I'm going to break this down here. The movie is called White Noise. It came out on...
All right. Here we go. We're getting into the deep dive now, folks. It's about to get weird. I mean, I know it's already weird, but it gets so weird.
I mean, when the movie starts out about a professor who teaches Hitler college,
All right.
I feel like it's already going to be weird.
It is, right?
It's pretty weird.
So you watched the movie. Did Jordan Peterson ever come to mind?
I mean, not before you said it, but
really?
it's there now. Yeah, for some reason.
You see it.
Yeah. I mean, because if you think about it, Netflix would say he's a Hitler professor. When you're too close to a person or a thing, you don't see things that way,
Right.
But that's absolutely the public perception.
But that's not the thing. That's just like the obsession with Hitler is a thing that Jordan Peterson has.
Well, I mean,
it's there.
I don't know if he does, but all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the most important thing. If you're an atheist, that's what you become, is Hitler, to Jordan Peterson. But of course, Hitler was a Christian.
All right, he does bring him up. He's mentioned his name.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole niche thing. It's the whole, Dostoevsky, which is a fictional book, buddy. It's a fictional book. Doesn't mean everything has to be that way.
Yeah, but he's like an orator about him. And so to the point of you wonder, does he kind of love this man because he's teaching about him so much? And it's kind of confusing, right?
Yeah, it can be. Now, to me, I don't think that Jordan Peterson is some Hitler-esque kind of guy.
But the public mainstream does look at him that way, so I could see this character representing him as that. Yeah.
Yeah, the left thinks he's Hitler, but the left thinks anyone who's not left is Hitler. So that's
right. So it's Netflix though, so that tracks.
Yeah.
So you went there.
Well, it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's Noah Baumbach.
That does add so many layers because now I have to think about it differently. Everything about this movie. But wait, the book's written a long time ago, but then the movie's adapted, so it doesn't matter.
Yes. There are
tomato.
But I think he did, considering what you have to do to make a book a movie, I think he did a good job. There's a couple things I wish he would have fixed, but I don't, it's not.
I hate the third act. I like Adam Driver. I think that.
And if you think about it,
almost everything.
If they're doing what I think they're doing, which is this isn't about the plot of the movie. It has nothing to do with the plot of the movie. That's not what's important to them at all. What they care about is what we're looking into. This is what takes a lot of work. If they're actually putting this together, if they're actually setting up events and the movies have to match, man, that's the difficult stuff. Forget the plot. I mean, we want to look at the plot. Speaking of plots, white noise.
That's the thing that offended me about the third act, because it's really about trying to get rid of sadness, right?
No.
And what kind of despair? What kind of despair people?
Death. Yes, despair.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of despair
But it's
people
not-
will go through in order to cure themselves of despair? Like the irony.
It's about what pills they'll swallow.
right.
Right? Yeah. 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 This
And that's very relevant to blue pill, red pill, black pill, white pill, today's pill.
well, right now. Okay, we're getting to all that. You're bringing up all kinds of stuff we're just about to get to. So, all plots. Let's do all plots. All plots move deathward. You want to notice? You cannot get this without hearing it. I'm going to skip some of it and just get to the really important part.
For those of you guys watching now, you're probably the only ones who get to see this for at least a month while I try to get this thing copyright cleared.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
No, it's legit. But
It's
we'll get
that's
we'll
what we
get
got.
frames. People were like, "Oh yeah, get some photos." And it's like, yeah, that's okay for some stuff when they're just a thing on the screen. But a lot of it is what they're saying too. It depends.
Yeah, it's like you're not allowed to look at movies academically. It's like not in public. No.
I noticed that. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. It's completely changed. It used to be
So-
different. DVDs used to come with commentaries. Life is very different now.
So I'm a big believer in nope. You just everything should be open source. No more copyright. Just stop it. Make your money. Other people make their money. Big deal. All right. So it's really important what he says and what you're looking at the same time. I mean, think.
Somebody
young.
says put it on 1.5 speed. Put it on 1.5 speed.
Well, that would
do
solve
that.
it.
Well, let's hope so.
It would make it
Something to
really
start.
long.
Well,
Okay,
no,
I'll put it on
1.5 speeds it up. 1.5 makes it faster. Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try that. All right, we'll go back a little bit. Still not going to play all of this.
As well as the targets of the plot.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, this is like someone's TV recording of it. How many levels do we have to go? It's an
My
interesting
TV
experiment
recording
to
of
me.
it. I did all that on purpose, so it wouldn't
Right.
look like I'm trying to show people the movie.
Yeah. How many
I'm
levels
trying to
do we
get
have to
all-
go to have an academic, copyright-free, DMCA
Now we
respectable?
missed it. Damn it. Ah.
We've just shown you
back.
Disneyland today, movies. Like, this is step outside, you know?
Schedule plots.
Sorry, I wasn't hearing you. I was
Plots.
yelling at my computer.
Terrorist plots. Lovers plots.
Okay, whatever. Now it's playing.
Narrative
It's almost
plots.
over. I didn't realize how short
Plots
this is.
that are a part of children's games. We edge nearer to death every time we plot. It's like a contract, all must sign. The plotters, as well as the targets of the plot.
Okay. He says the plotters looking at his son and his wife, and then he says the targets of the plot looking at the entire family except for his son, his oldest son. I'm gonna get back to that. Damn it! It's a lot shorter than I keep thinking it is. So I keep. Okay, here we go. So the plotters are over here. He says
The plotters,
plotters.
as well as the targets of the plot.
Targets of the plot. Yeah, I didn't. Who cares? All right. Now this is they're talking about the supermarket as white noise. This is a really important kind of speech by Murray, who is his best friend at the school, new friend also. I'm going to mute it, and you can just read it.
Supermarket is a waiting place. Look how bright. All the letters and numbers are here. All the colors, all the voices and sounds, all the code words and ceremonial processes. We just have to wait. I can't see it. Sorry.
This is at 1.5. Huh?
1.5. I feel like he was falling.
Let's
through
try that
myself.
one more time. Maybe we should do it in slow motion. Would that do it?
Eh.
Oh man, what a task! I mean, they should just leave us alone. Let us study. That's what we're doing.
Leave it at 1.5. We can handle it, and maybe we can listen
Okay,
to
we'll
it
just
with
do it
the audio.
again. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is God. We're on another.
Yeah, go back to that one. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, where are we? All right.
Can you? Yeah, leave that there. Announce it. Supermarket's a waiting place. Look how bright.
Oh, you can't even see. Yeah.
I can't see the bottom of the screen.
It's so hard to do this. These copyright bastards.
Yeah. I mean, we love you.
Okay,
Please,
so
please let us
the
watch
point
this.
is, look at the spectrum of colors. This is the white noise. All you have to do, he says, is know how to decipher it, and that's really like the key phrase. So we're there. We got it. Okay, that's the key point. All you have to do is know how to decipher it. How do you know how to decipher it?
Heart-stopping plunge. Fell through myself. Someone was with us. Something. It's natural. So she's got these fears of death. They have Boy Scout camp, Camp Daffodil. They're all terrified from the black cloud.
Yeah, I'm just going through these because it's no fun. It's really kind of frustrating trying to go do them properly. I'm just going to get through them and then we'll talk.
Yeah,
about
just
it.
tell us about. Talk about these scenes, like what they mean to you. Tell us about. It.
So in this scene, they're actually driving to their evacuation center, but they don't know where that is. They're waiting to find out by listening to the radio. Meanwhile, we get white noise from the kids saying random things, and it's interesting what they say. But in this case, we're not listening for what they say. All we're going to listen for, and we're going to get to some hot shit in just a second here, as soon as this video is done. It's leading us there. All we're listening for is what they're listening for: the directions, the map laid out verbally to get to the evacuation center. Okay. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to do it with audio because we're doing 1.5 and that was the point.
Right.
Damn it, audio, come on. Jesus Christ.
Okay, we have a plan.
Okay, do you know Ohio?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he just said?
I don't know it very well. Where's Highway 10?
Yeah, so he said, and I'll just say it myself. He says, the place they're looking for is south of the I-10, before I-5, just past county line. South of the I-10. I-10? That's not in Ohio. There's no I-10 in Ohio. Where's I-10? Well, I-10 goes across the southern, horizontally across the southern United States.
Ohio State Route 10.
No.
There's Cleveland to Berlin, right? Isn't this
Interstate.
Oh, Interstate 10. Okay.
Interstate 10. That's I-10. And I-5, he says. Just before I-5. This pinpoints a location. We get a location from this. And let me show you that location.
Wow.
I didn't get this far with the damn shit, so this is going to be frustrating. Let me see. Where are we? Pictures are... Oh, no. This is going to be too difficult. Oh, I should be on my... I had to switch computers. I forgot about this part. Oh, no.
What's the thing you're looking for? Which is it, the scene?
Lots of pictures. Let me think for a sec. I need clarity.
You can open up the link from the other computer and just use those pictures from over there.
I'm sorry, but why don't you talk about what we've talked about so far? I'm going to ignore you and think so I can figure out what I need to do.
Okay. That's brilliant. So, okay, well, this is interesting because they did lie about where the place is. And I find that interesting because of a Simpsons synchronicity. I know that's like whatever, but the Simpsons, Springfield, Ohio, it's not Springfield, Ohio. They're from Springfield, Oregon, right? Probably seems like Springfield, Oregon is the most likely place that they could be based on their proximity to the coast. There's been some people that have investigated this. But also the Ohio connection has an actual Route 10 that's into Toledo, Cleveland, and Old Berlin. I remember being here during the GOP convention, and that's not something that crosses the border, as far as I know. It looks like it stops at Cleveland. So then it's the 90 or something in here. So it's like it's a fake road, which makes you wonder why it would matter. Let me see what else I can pull up in the meantime. I wanted to talk about the Runaway Railroad a little bit more, but I guess I did want to say, if you just because we earlier were talking about the number 23, the movie you need to see is 3 and 20, the German movie. Nichts ist so wie es scheint. Nothing is what it seems. And it's about Scheint, maybe. I don't know. Tell me how I'm supposed to say that. But this is a movie about a kid who worked for the East German government, aka the Russian mafia, after the war. And they were killed by somebody, either the CIA or the British government or the German government, East or West, or the Soviets or the mob. But yeah, basically they say give him millions of dollars worth of cocaine and computers, and he starts hacking the governments of the world from Berlin, and he finds a pattern, gets into the Illuminati, figures it all out, and that's when they decide to kill him. But he expects it. He knows when it's going to happen. And I think it happens when he dies on his like 23rd birthday or something like that. So that came up and seemed like an important one as well. Just like because I don't remember. He talked about this on my like the drive. But you got to look into this Wakari volcano thing because that's super nuts. The fact that this happens, crazy. That there's a volcano that went off in late 2019 that looks like this much of a turtle. Look at this turtle-looking island right here. That seems crazy. And yeah, the documentary is on Netflix. Hold on.
The never-ending story.
How's it going over there?
No, what is it? I got it. I had to switch my hard drive. It took me a minute to think, where in the world did I have those files on the computer? And I was like, oh, they're on my external hard drive. Okay, I just switched the hard drive. All right, so screenshots.
Hard drives.
Here we go.
Best way to go.
All right, this is interesting. You guys are like, this is stuff to dig in. There's so much white noise to play with here. There's so much information. And there isn't anywhere I've gone where I haven't found stuff. Like, that's not the usual way that it works for me. Like, usually I find dead ends everywhere. But I haven't found any freaking dead ends. It's like everything they do is pointing to something. Okay, this is one of the lower quality copies, but this is and it's also cropped in. Right here is a bunch of red hooded occultic people in a circle, and this is one of this. It's a poster that they published. It's just a white noise poster. It's a bunch of stuff from white noise and just a whole lot of white noise. Interesting stuff. Trying to remember, where were we when I had to go fix all this?
Well, we were talking about Ohio and Interstate 10, how it doesn't exist and where it could be. And I looked at the 10, which is from Berlin to Cleveland.
Right. 10. Okay.
For Pennsylvania.
Okay. So where
the 90 is, and so I'm thinking about 93 or something.
That's what it is. I need to get out of here. Yeah. Okay. Where does I-10 meet I-5? That's the question, right? He said we're just before I-5.
That led to the Springfield Simpsons. Aren't in Ohio; they're in Springfield, in Oregon. So there's some question about where is there actually a Springfield? Where is there actually a 5 and a 10 that meet? An I-5, I-10. Is it in California? Did you find it?
Yeah, here we go. Yes, it's in California. You got it. So I-10 meets I-5 in a very specific place. Where in the world is it? Oh, here we go. Here we
LA, go. The 110.
LA, you got it. East LA.
Yeah, it's
I-5 actually meets I-10 almost dead center.
Beverly Hills, east of Beverly Hills.
You see this here? This is the intersection.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right here.
Here's we go.
I-10. Here's I-5. I think, no, I'm sorry. This is I-10. I do that all the time. So there's I-5. Here's I-10. This is where they meet. Okay. He said just past the county line. Here's the county line. So we're looking at somewhere in this area is what they're describing.
The next sink, right. Interesting.
So what could be there? What might...
Well, he saw the volcano movie. I mean, and also there's just a blizzard in LA this week. So all kinds of stuff could be happening there.
I'm missing a map. Where's my other map? No. All right. I will find it. I will find it. Okay, so what's there? You know what? Oh, it's one of these. No, it's not that one. That's the. Okay, so you know what? No, that's fine. That's fine. What happened on I-10? Is there anything you can think of that happened on I-10 recently?
Not recently. I just think about
Well, it's not in that
isn't
location necessarily.
OJ Simpson was on that, but I can't recall.
But
what
how
happened.
about maybe something here? Right there in that spot on I-10 in Tucson, Arizona, is where a truck
Oh,
with nitrous spilled. Okay, now this is all
wow.
mixed up. This is the same map.
But it's like the Alex Mack thing. There were a bunch
Same
of these
location.
different explosions and
This
different
is on
chemical
I-10.
spills.
Yeah.
Right. And so
So
this is happening. That's interesting.
no, it's gonna get weird. Okay, I just have trouble. Like this is so flimsy.
Suzanne's like, a filmmaker from LA? No, that's fair, but I think the point here is
No, that's not the thing. That's
Right.
not what we're
right
interested
here,
in.
fair, but just we hear you too. That is funny.
Yeah. That is-
But LA is like a place you expect
missing that.
disaster inevitably to strike.
I don't know how that happened.
Living there.
Let's go. It might have no. I probably put it in the wrong one, or I don't know what I did. Go freaking figure. All right. So, all right, what I'm getting to is that
It's
MSM
cool. I
clips.
needed
There
a
it is.
relaxed day.
I got MSM clips.
We'll figure it out.
No, not
Just-
clips. We
I'm
need
here for
images.
the ride.
We need images. Screenshots. Okay. I just did all this organizing. I'm still getting used to my organizing. Okay, here's our I-10 truck. Remember what Mickey said? Follow the stars.
Oh, is this the truck that spilled on the one?
This is the
on
nitric
10?
acid tray on train. Sorry, nitric acid truck on I-10.
Wow.
Right?
And at that angle, it's the perfect gem in the hologram downwards pointed star. Not quite downwards, it's downwards pointed indeed.
It's
But it's got
downward
that
enough.
cute angle that makes it slightly better. you
Yeah,
know?
and it had to turn over to do that.
I find it ideal. I find a downwards pointed star ideal if it's at a slight angle.
Now, I know that
93, not 90.
So this well,
That movie with Anne Hesh is all I've been trying to say. Thank you, Kanan. Or anybody else here with me on this one? Volcano.
you
That's
see
the
that
movie.
number?
Yeah. The 273.
273, exit closest to it, Rita Road. So that's an interesting number to be there, right?
All right, what's your
All right.
connection to 273 again? Remind me.
Oh, it's just a 237 resonator.
Yeah, it reminds me of
237.
237. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
The
maybe
room chart is
nothing.
good
You know,
as
it probably is. I haven't found anything more to that. It just happens to be there, and I think it's cute, and I want to point to it.
Right.
But let's get back to the hardcore stuff. All right, so where am I going?
2 plus 7. 9.
All right, you know what we'll
3.
do is we'll go to Google
Could be.
Maps, and I'll show you. This sucks, man. I had this all prepared. It was gonna be so smooth. I feel like a doofus. All right, I need this one. And
I'll
what?
just
What are
give
we
you a
talking about?
private. I'm giving you a privacy window. You can also, like anytime you want to use whatever computer's got, whichever
Come on.
security.
Well, I'm
You're
sorry.
accessible? You're accessible? Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I just was just covering the screen for you there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's no big deal. Those are just other accounts that everybody's welcome to know about. I'm an open book. All right, so we're gonna go where? Where did I? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the map. All right. Or let's do it this way. Let's say star. This is what we're getting at. Dance studio. You see where that is?
Monterey Park. I
Monterey
was just
Park,
randomly
LA.
ranting about Monterey. Oh, there's Monterey Park in Los Angeles.
You got it. You know what happened at this ball? This is where the Chinese New Year shooting took place.
Oh,
How many people died?
better not
One
be
for each
23.
month of the year.
Oh,
12.
wow, 12.
And it happens to be right here where we were looking. After the county line, before I-5, south of the I-10. We find a ballroom, just like Daisy in the ballroom, where a serious event took place at the very beginning of the year.
Damn.
Okay, just coincidence, right? All right, we continue. You got to look at all of it before you can just deny it.
That is, yeah, it is strange for sure.
It's the Star, right? The Star Dance Studio. And Mickey told us, follow the stars. And we're following white noise. We're following what Disney's advice. It's the
You gotta remember
train.
some of the people that work at Disney and what kind of stuff they're interested in. I'm just saying, they love art. It's just art.
It's
They
just
love
art. You know, it
It's
just
just art.
happens to.
Be
Okay.
about some stuff.
Now,
Wow.
okay. So
Wow.
could it be some sort of, law of attraction kind of thing where they put it out there and it just ends up happening? Okay, I'll give you that. It could be that. It's less likely, though. I mean, just on Occam's razor. The simpler explanation is that they do these things on purpose. That, yes, this is doable. That Hollywood literally is an elite class of people. The government, literally, a bunch, not all of them, but, higher up on the federal level, you've got an elite class of people who know stuff we don't know. They pretend things like, oh, we don't know how to track balloons in the sky. Yeah, we're just starting to do that. Just happened to notice today, balloons are a problem we have to worry about. What the hell are we talking about? All this time, air balloons were the first way we ever knew to fly. It's the first way we ever did it. And you're telling me as soon as we got planes, we went, forget balloons. No one's ever going to attack us with those. Even though we've still been doing it ourselves, all the other nations still do it themselves, have been doing all the way through history. We don't have a way to track these in the sky. This is a lie. This is not true. We are not just now tracking this. Bullshit.
Can you drop an air balloon from 88 miles an hour? Because that would solve, like, for Back to the Future 4 with Crispin Glover
That's
and Eric
funny.
Stoll.
All right,
There
so
we
where
go.
are we? Jesus. It's so scattered. All right, let me get back to my Word document. It's going to be a little more organized that way. All right. The very beginning of White Noise. Okay. In the very beginning of White Noise, we get this scene right here. I mirrored it. We only get one side of this side. It's backwards. So I mirrored it so you can see it forward. Now, at first I thought maybe it says gray. But no, it says Yere. Yere. The heck does that mean? It means this. To remember. To remember. To remember. Why is it backwards? What does it mean to remember backwards?
That was some Harry Potter stuff right there. I don't know. Why would they do that?
Yeah, why would they do that? I mean, you flip
I guess
everything
on an
upside down.
ambulance, when an ambulance is coming in a mirror,
So, if this is backwards, if we're remembering backwards, aren't we remembering the future? Isn't this precognition we're talking about? Or do we mean like remembering it wrong? Is that
or
is
to
that
remember history because it's like history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes or something.
Yeah, so we're either talking about a false memory or a premonition of some kind.
Or a real memory about a false event.
Or perhaps we're talking about predictive programming.
Right. They're getting exactly which predictive programming is finding the truth in nonsense, probably. Right? Because they're trying to set up that you.
Yeah, a lot of people do predictive programming they do the research in some pretty odd ways. But the problem is the pill, and we'll get to it. We're gonna get these. Oh yeah, we were gonna do the white noise clips. All right, let's get to that. Let's get to those white noise.
White noise pilling.
More of those white noise clips. We did some. That's right, we did some. But we need to get this stuff.
Are you getting into the third act with the pill? Is that where we're going?
So, yeah, kind of. We'll see. I got to get back to my. Why is that happening?
When I press Alt Tab, probably change
I asked
your
for
word.
this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you're right. I should have just hit Alt Tab. Okay, MSM clips. No, we want the white noise clips. Here we go. All right. No, wait. Ooh, I know what I need to show you right now. We need to look at the white noise screenshots really quick, and I need to show you their main posters because we need to follow the stars. Every corner, right? Every corner. And that type of star is much more important. Okay, yes. Now is the time we talk about the book a little bit, actually. In the book, there are 2 points in time when corolla is mistaken, or corona is mistaken for corolla. They say corolla instead of corona. Well, that's only one time. The other time, they're actually referring to the car. So one time, little girl just says, it's called the sun's corolla. Okay, and what else is going on around there? I don't think matters. I think it's that little mistake that matters, because if you look for the word corolla again in the book, pops up again. Pops up in an area where his daughter's asleep and he's listening to her sleep and her babble. And she's just saying the names of cars. She says Corolla. And he says something to the effect of, it hit me like an ancient sky power, or an ancient power in the sky. That's how he said it. An ancient power in the sky in cuneiform tablets. Ancient power sky cuneiform tablets. But that's That's Anu. That's the eight pointed star. The eight-spoked wheel. That's what he's talking about. Literally, right here in front of us, on every corner of the poster, is a representation. Like metaphorically in some cases, almost exactly. You have 8 in some cases. It's like that. That is it. This is what we're talking about. The sky god. Why? Why are we talking about the sky god? But this comes from the book, not just the movie, right? And it's not even in the movie, most of that, because he couldn't fit it all in. So there's some of this mystery is coming from the book. It's not just the movie, but it's like the really deep stuff that comes from the book, it seems. All right, so we'll move on. We've got our stars.
Stefan, thank you for the super chat. Why not land space capsules by deploying balloons? Good point. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you check out my Twitter, I have some predictions. I predicted that this is, okay, directly from, it's like just a little bit down the page from what I was just quoting. We're talking about, in the book, White Noise.
I have a theory that a lot of these companies that say they do things like that just have to learn how to use the lingo properly, and then eventually they just get to have a company because they're able to create the story. You know what I'm saying, Stefan? We can make it happen. All right, keep going.
Okay, so shit. No, where was I? What was I saying? Shit.
On Twitter, and then
the Twitter thing. Yeah. So my predictions. There's another thing in the book where he talks about. There's a tabloid that she reads, and you probably, if you see the movie, you saw she reads tabloids to people all the time. It's just the thing she does, and they're all the crazy tabloids, the Elvis stuff, the alien stuff, psychics and whatnot. And so there's a bunch of predictions in there. She reads the list of predictions. I went through. Okay, let's get to the prediction. This is creepy, guys. This is really freaking creepy because I really thought I'd get nothing, absolutely nothing out of this. Let me pull out my phone to do this. I don't know what I did with it.
Right. I mean, just in general, also the White Noise Michael Keaton movie, like the fact that there's a movie about talking to ghosts through white noise.
Right.
So frequency is still a better movie.
Again, breaching the fourth wall. It's the same concept.
Right.
Oh, there's my phone. Okay. All right. So you have to give me a break, guys. I'm sorry. I've been up for days, just like going at it, trying to figure this out, and it's huge, and it just takes some time. And there's all kinds of copyright in the way, software in the way. All these apps. Oh man, I can't wait till there's just a film for you to watch. But I need help. I really need help. Okay, so I'm going to my notes. That's what I'm doing, and I'm looking for my notes on the book. Here we go. And
aliens are representations of military men wearing gas suits. That is the lesson we learned from Back to the Future as well.
Yeah. That's right. They had those little triangles on their ankles. Nobody noticed. I thought those were twin pines on each actor. Anyway, okay, what was the point? Damn it, where were we?
You were trying to show a clip about white noise or something about the third act. Forget.
No, no, you keep saying the third act. You really like that third act. You're like, what
I just
the hell
don't.
is
That's the part I don't understand the most.
Right,
That's
right.
the part I'm still wrestling with.
Right,
Like, I'm
okay.
still trying to understand.
Okay,
But
let
you
me
keep
get.
going.
I'll get a clip going, and then I'll figure out what I was doing because we kind of bounced. I was trying to respond to your super chat. That's what it was. I just don't remember.
Oh,
what-
right, yeah, because you're talking about the Twitter future predictions, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll find those while I play. The Nun helps you a little bit. The Nun is helpful.
But yeah, I don't want to derail you if you've got like a
I'm gonna get it. This is like the problem with the third act. The problem with the pill. What in the world are they talking about, right? Well, this
Yeah.
is an answer to Nietzsche that is better than Carl Jung or Jordan Peterson. That's what this is. It's an answer that I had in my head for a long time, and I can't believe somebody else actually wrote it. It's really incredible. It's different. He says it different than I would. Or what I pretend to believe. You see what she says there? Or what I pretend to believe. I'm not in the clips. I'm in.
right. She's giving. Oh, that's good. The screenshots are better anyway. So you're showing this lady. She's saying, I do the medicine. I save people's lives for this religious hospital, but I don't believe in the nonsense because like that's for people that aren't saving lives and watching death all day. That's the stuff that we have for the outside church. That's the least important part. The stuff that you believe and you're dying for, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, that's basically what she's saying. I just found what we need to do. So the point of this nun is they pretend to believe so that people who don't believe will believe that some people believe. That's the message. What she's saying is that even the people who don't believe need to think other people believe it. It's just a little bit like a little bit of comfort, a little bit of coddling, just a little bit. I just need to believe that other people believe it. I don't need to believe it. And it's interesting, like not everybody necessarily thinks that who's an atheist or whatnot, but there is this like.
Well, she's saying that the belief is the least important part. That's the part for the simpletons of the faith that they're trying to collect and
I
keep
don't
people
think she
happy.
said that's not important. That's actually, it is important. Like that's the importance in it is if you need it, you have it. It's
right. It's a placebo. It's like
Okay.
a medicine.
By the way, you see the 9 above her head, a 9 above a nun who speaks German. 9, right? I mean, accident, not likely. Okay, but her point is like the pill.
Point.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just do some more white noise clips, and this will become, I think, more clear once you really wrap your brain around it.
That
I mean,
9 is interesting. They had to
Yeah.
add the 9.
the 9 noons in the Bible are an interesting thing
There
too.
wasn't a 9 in that room before they put a 9 in that room right there in frame.
Right? There wasn't a nun in it either. I'm in the clips. I mean, I'm in the.
Hey, Bikini
Damn
Truther.
it.
Thank you.
I keep going to the wrong
to see you.
folder. Okay, I need clips. Here we go. All right, clips. All right, where are we? We need to do. Just so many interesting things in this.
You can just show clips, or if you have photos, also like screenshots, anything like that's good too, because you can just talk about what
Yeah,
it is.
it's just you get different. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay,
Yeah.
what are we trying to do right now? I'm trying to do. I think the cloud comes for us all is a good thing to go to. I can't remember where. Let's just do that. That's good. So this kind of sums up everything that happens in the movie, a bit. Kind of like, what's his name? Heinrich, the son, the oldest son. What's going on here? See your app that you made me get.
Which one?
Brave? I don't know.
That's in Brave. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe violence is a form of growth. And maybe you can kill death.
Right, maybe you can.
Yeah, this isn't Brave. This is Media Player.
Okay, so he gives him a gun. We see Plato's cave metaphorically.
And yeah, using Indonesian shadow puppetry, which is like from the region of Krakatoa. I thought that was a really interesting part. I was like, there's no way that they did that on accident. That they're saying that the Krakatoan shadow puppetry, which is very relevant to animation and to modern television, that system
You
existed.
hear him? He just said UFO sightings in Farmingtown, right?
Hmm.
What the hell is going on? I have the whole song here. Why did it?
There
What
it
is
is. Oh, that's one. That's one. Of
I
the
just
clips.
can't
Maybe-
have it. I can't
Maybe
have
you
it
have a
the way I
different
want it.
clip.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, it's just
Come on.
might fine.
I
I
can't
think
even
it's the
get the thing
next.
to close.
You probably have this clip 2 right there. But yeah, you should next time let me know, and you should get VLC player instead of media player because it's a better app. But it'll be okay.
There's no difference between the blue and the red. The cloud is coming for us all. And what does she do? She swallows her pill. There's no
Right.
difference between your pill or my pill. The cloud's coming for both of us.
Right. I hadn't thought about that. I was so annoyed by this whole bit, and it's the part that I've been wrestling with for a while. The pill part. It's so important.
You know what
Sucks.
it's saying? Your pills are your illusions in order to deal with it.
Right.
What is it? You don't know. That's exactly it. You don't know what's on the other side. You don't know what you're here for. You don't know the answers to these questions. It's frustrating. It's depressing. It's even, it's a suicidal thing for a lot of people, right? So we buy into stories. We attach ourselves to things. We swallow pills. We drink the Kool-Aid in order to deal with the problem. And then there's a quote from the book. This is one of my favorite quotes now. And I hadn't, this is all new to me. The way he's putting these things, they're thoughts I've had before, but the way he puts it, beautiful. He says, Murray in the movie also says, once you've seen the signs for the barn, you can't see the barn. That's what's going on here. Once you decide you know what's going on, you're not going to see what's going on. The white
way
noise
too
is
close.
always going to be white noise that you interpret as your favorite story.
It's relevant because so many people have been arguing with each other recently because they have these foundations they stand on, and they're upset that other people don't share the same foundations, and people critique the person rather than the abstract philosophies. And even then they say, oh wait, the abstract philosophies are then unrealistic because show me an example of a person without sin every time. And so everyone's always arguing with each other. And it seems like you can take the word the left or the right or anything, and you can usually just supplement it with the other, and it really reflects what we're all seeing everyone do to each other.
Well, generally, it seems to me like most of the population is well aware that left and right is total illusion. It's
The
silly.
unanimity is constantly
it's
moving together.
I don't care which side of the river the cliff is on. I just want to find my way out of the river before I go over the falls. It doesn't matter which side. It's just totally irrelevant. I just need to figure this stuff out. All right, so let's see. Now, that should help with the pill a little bit. And then help you swallow it. Oh, the irony. Okay. All right. Let's get to aliens, right? Ready to do aliens? Yeah, we're going to do disclosure. Is there disclosure here? Wait. Oh, before we do disclosure, there's one better. We need this. So, there's a scene I'm not going to show you. There's somebody in their room. And that's all I'm going to say.
Who's right there?
Kind of Plato's Cave Shadows game. He says, "Who are you?" And then, yeah, you may see Hitler, sure, but this is it. This is what.
But this is the movie, right? This is his
Who's
dream.
out
right?
there? Who's out there? The masses. We're out there. He's talking to us. Duh.
Right.
Like it's literal. It's totally literal. We're talking
Right.
about who's out there. We are. But like it all comes from someone was in the room. And there's another clip. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find that, but not really that important. He just
Yeah,
says someone
he's
was
constantly obsessed with everything up to the disaster. Right after the disaster, he has less to talk about, and so it seems like in his study of Hitler. So the same thing is happening to his reality. When the reality starts to become a disaster, he can't become aware of what's going on in the suffering. Their rules of
Okay.
perception of the events of crisis.
So you get this sense of like someone in the room. So we have kind of a abduction scene kind of thing going on, right? And then we have this. I call this disclosure.
Yeah, and Adriana, we're just talking about the Netflix perspective, not reality.
I will reveal and confide, but you don't want to know what happened. You think you do, but you don't.
You don't.
Mr. Gray and I made a private arrangement.
We would conduct the experiments on
We
our
would
own.
conduct the experiments on our own.
He would be acclaimed for a wonderful medical breakthrough.
What's going on there? Experiments conducted in private. So she betrayed her husband and her family in secret. She ruined herself by taking these pills. And she gave
And it's
herself-
exactly the MK Ultra narrative, right? Where they're like, "Oh, well, we can't do the experiment, so it's all on you to do it outside of the system."
Now you're tracking. Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's done.
Right.
What else we got? I don't think there's anything more we need to get from this. Yeah, I mean, it's just the basic plot. You know, it was my last resort, my last hope. But this is the part I'm aiming. Yeah, it was the only way she can get Mr. Gray to let her use the drug. To do the deed. All right. Yeah, so we have disclosure right there in the movie, and we're like going through it here in reality. So again, you know, this Ben Ratner is not the only person who acted it out and is now actually going through it.
It's like less than zero, man. It's crazy.
So where do we go? What else do we need? Okay, let's get to the timeline. The timeline is weird. It's all weird. What am I talking about? All right. No, it's normal, man. We're used to weird around here. It's all normal. I need Alt Tab. See, I cannot think clearly while I'm talking. I have to know what I'm trying to say and not be looking for something. Otherwise, I can't talk either. All right. So we're going to pay more attention to the numbers here. I don't think we need to go back. I think we need to go forward. Yeah, we're going to go forward. All right. So here we have on 2/14, Valentine's Day of 2022, the U.S. announces Russian forces are at the Ukraine border. Truckers carry the protest torch when at the U.S.-Canada border when the protesters are removed. Like they are forced off, and the truckers are like, "No, we're not going. We're going to join in the protest." And then interesting, not sure that really matters that it's 24 rather than 14, but who cares because it's going to get a lot thicker here. Russia invades Ukraine. It's an important moment, though. That's why it's there. It's an important moment, regardless of whether it sinks anyhow. And it's exactly 7 days later. Right? So. Okay, so Russian nuclear train movement raises global nuke concerns. Well, that's interesting, all on its own, right? Have you guys seen this train? Let's go take a look at this train. Let's see. Bing, bing, come on, baby. I need to remember this stuff takes forever, so I can click it while I'm still talking.
Also, the Russians this week were talking about Antarctica as like places are starting to warm up, and they say that the treaties involve them. They want to be there.
Yeah, there's UFOs all headed towards Antarctica yesterday, I think it was.
Right. So we should expect some interesting weather phenomena also.
Okay,
there.
Pluto, yellow, torpedo, Pluto.
Yellow
right?
Submarine? The Russians made the Yellow
No.
Submarine. Come on.
No, we made the Yellow Submarine. They made the yellow torpedo to go with it.
That's fair.
No, but so
Epstein had
Pluto,
the Yellow
right?
Submarine.
That's Pluto from the train, or from the runaway train.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, Russia's in the process as well.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
I couldn't hear the audio there. You might have to play that again.
Oh, yeah, it's a short, so it's a.
Becca Koffler says Putin would absolutely use a nuclear weapon under certain conditions. Koffler believes Putin would choose a small battlefield nuke.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Who knows? Or probably just something way cooler than a nuke.
Only a tiny nuke.
We've got like 10 more minutes. Is there anything else that you want to make sure that we see?
What's that?
We have about 10 more minutes. Is there anything else that you want to point out?
Yeah, let's get through this timeline really quick. It's too bad that it all got so choppy because I would have liked to get through a lot more. But we did some. Hopefully people are catching on that there is something here.
Yeah, there's some things I definitely missed from the movie. I was surprised about. There's some things I definitely did not see before. YouTube Shorts are dangerous, man. It's basically just TikTok.
Get out of here. We're done.
Google's version of TikTok is still. Oh no! I think he found his way. All right, well, I'll just stand here for a second. What was I going to show you? There were some things I wanted to show. Oh, looking at the white noise. Actually, did you see? There's also this weird thing. A TV series from 2017. I forget if it's Iranian or Turkish. I thought it was like Turkish or something. Hold on. I just got lost. Are you kidding me? Where is everything? The internet went down for a second. Okay, can you see this? So there's this show, 2017 show. Nabil, a successful, wealthy businessman with his bored, monotonous life, decides working repairing satellite TV receivers. So there's a whole thing connecting the world to this. I thought that was interesting as well. Looked like a terrible movie though. But also, have you seen Frequency? Movie. So white noise was off on my mind about that movie Frequency, which is it's not great, but it's all right. It's about a guy who talks to his father through a ham radio set 20 years later, and he's able to figure out how to help him with a case because his dad was like a cop or something. So he's able to solve the case. So that was pretty cool. But I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back. So is there anything else I should say besides you should check out Vigil's work? I'll put a link to his thing here. What's it called? I have like his website, don't I? Synchro. I can't find it. I don't have his website there. Guys, I'm just getting back into the habit of things. I appreciate you being here. We're going to have a great show on Tuesday, and maybe we'll do something with Bernie in the meantime. And yeah, someone want to talk about the Leviathan versus the Levites. There's something there. Brittany's got a thing. What's up? Thank you, Brittany. You are also linked to Bernie's live stream happening now. They start at 9:30ish. Thanks for the stream. I could hop in there. That sounds good. They started at 9:30ish. Okay. Well, it's now, but you mean your time. I know what that means. All right. Well, I'll play my brand. I'll tell you guys you're great, and I'll see you very soon. We're back in the mix. Thank you for being here. How about this one?
This next story has been suppressed by mainstream media. Let's go to Andreas for more.
Everybody, tune in to Recent Tartarians.
Recent Tartarians. Recent Tartarians.
Hello. Welcome to the Xirtus. Tune in for another exciting episode of wonder, imagination, and discovery.
Recent Tartarians.
Она образует всеобщие закономерности, определяющие законы классической физики для нашего мира.
Sometimes I look at the moon and just think, this thing's beautiful. Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown.
Что касается энергии наномер, то она превышает ядерную в немыслимое число раз. 10 в 74 степени.
That's it. That's it. That's it. With your arms now. That's it. That's it.
Thank you for watching Xirtus. Keep listening. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, please follow and subscribe and share and support. It really helps. Coming up next, Xirtus.
By the way, that's gone. If you didn't record that, that's gone forever. It's gone.